Welcome, warriors, to TW Atilla, Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD mod. My name is the Red Kelp. What we have here is a 2v2 siege battle in which myself and Celtic warband over here are both playing as the ilkhanate horde. So the Mongolian faction, one of the Mongolian factions, generally seen as being underpowered. And we are doing an assault on an unfortified town held by the Lithuanians and the Kingdom of Bohemia. Not going to go over army comps really because it's like the defenders are all mixed together, and we're playing a massive army, well, large armies, so everyone has 40 units total. But I'll just gloss over the army comp and knock this into slow-mo while we finish deployment. So first up we have, I've got some Mongolian heavy lancers and some heavy horse archers. We were restricted to a total of 6 units of ranged units, including ranged cavalry, but we didn't include war elephants because we all forgot they actually had archers. My front line, I've got a big group of these Persian foot soldiers, so pretty elite as far as Mongolian units go. They are pretty elite spearmen. Behind them, I've got a bunch of these Turco-Mongol footmen. So my melee infantry, like my main line there. And I got one unit of these knife throwers. They were counting towards the ranged limit. I've got a bunch of these Karsh, 9 units total, I will give you that. Basically because they cost literally nothing. I mean, their stats are absolute trash, but they're useful to work as meat shield, you know, a distraction for archers, or just something for people to attack in combat that isn't your actual fighting units. And I had enough for a Tazik levy, which are going to do the exact same job as the Karsh. My general here is Bagatuk Guard. I've got 2 units of these Chinese rockets, which are an artillery unit, which basically they hit pretty heavy on morale. They don't get a great number of kills. I've got 1 unit of war elephants and 3 units of Persian heavy archers. For my ally, he's also playing as the ilkhanate horde. He's got a few of these Persian heavy archers. He's got some Karsh in his front, again acting as a meat shield. He's got some Persian foot soldiers, some Turco-Mongol footmen. He's got some Naft. He's got some war elephants again. He's got 2 units of Naft. I only have 1, but you know. He's got Gazan Khan as his general, and he's got some more of these Persian foot soldiers of the late period. Some Persian cavalry of the late period, and he has 2 catapults. One there. The defenders over here and the battle is officially underway, so I'm going to pause it now because my Chinese rockets have opened fire. So the Lithuanians have just got a nice big shield wall going on here with their armoured spearmen. Gonna blockade this main entry point. This little bit here is guarded by some Bohemian besieges. One of the best spear units in the game. They'll hold for ages. Nothing's gonna get through there. We've got some besieges there. We've got a few sergeants of the early period of Bohemia acting as a reinforcement for this spear wall. We've got loads of cav, mercenary Mazovians and nobles, sergeants. There's a load of these archer sergeants as well, scattered around the place, and these Pavis crossbows. Got a few of these halberdiers of the high period around as well. More Pavisiers of Bohemia holding like the smaller choke points. Some more. Here are the Bohemian macemen held back in reserve. Its best melee infantry, along with some noble swordsmen. Only tier 1, but pretty decent. More Pavisiers, some halberds, more halberds, some more macemen, halberds. One of the defending catapults, I don't know where the other one is. More archers, more of just the same stuff over there. Over here we got some more archers, Ruthenian archers with some ducal axemen and armoured infantry, some boyars, 3 units of armoured infantry. I only had vision when it came to battle of I think 1 or 2 of these units, and I couldn't see any of these cavalry, mercenary Mazovians and that unit of armoured cavalry. So do bear that in mind when you see what goes on. And I wasn't paying attention. I can't be arsed with any more overview, so let's hit the play button. Wonderful start to the battle, a nice great volley there. Not getting any kills, but it was fun to watch. And it was more kind of used, although I wasn't paying a bit of real attention here, because as you can see they do have an impact on morale and rate of fire. So I can like nullify these archers slightly, and over here I can try and weaken the morale of these armoured spearmen. Because my rockets were right behind, because they operate on whistling shot, they did affect these guys, but they're fine. As you can see, I'm really going to push forward my spearmen, and I'm going to split my Karsh into 2 groups. One group is going to go over here and try and distract these archers, the other group's going to try and like jimmy out, shall we say, these spearmen from this formation, try and like disrupt their formation a little bit, so that when I charge them, it'll go better. Like I say, he's going to try and distract these archers. It's not going to go too well. I'm not paying a lot of attention here. So now I've seen these swordsmen, I don't think at this point I've actually seen the cavalry yet though. Yeah, lovely rain of fire there. Warband, he's got his catapults. They're focusing down these watchtowers. That one and that one. Although getting a bit of like extra hits on these besieges here, which is always useful. All the random spawned peasants have decided they're actually going to run away instead of try and fight. As you can see, my Karsh are pushing up very quickly with my Persian foot soldiers, and all my Turco-Mongol footmen and Persian foot soldiers going on behind. I completely forgot about my Tazik levy, so I'm going to push them up. Over here, I'm just not looking over here at the moment. My entire focus is on moving up my army here, so I haven't seen this engagement. I didn't see this engagement until it was a bit too late. I managed to get one charge off, but it wasn't particularly good. When I've tried to like take my heavy horse archers, get them on the flanks to fire, but my micro wasn't here, and the sheer force that pushed out here was devastating for me. So I'm now going to immediately try and get a little bit of extra damage support, and just number support with my Karsh, throw them straight into the fray. Try and make it so they get attacked instead of my cavalry. We'll see how well that plays out for me later on. You can see, really getting off this, these are all getting hit by the watchtowers, which is fine. Over here I'm preparing for a charge against these spears. We're all suffering a little bit from these rockets, not really getting many kills. I probably should have waited until I opened fire, but I forgot that they weren't particularly good. Over here he's pulling out his ducal axemen though, and they're going to engage in the flanks here. As you can see, yeah, I'm really not going to win this. So, like, I've got one unit of heavy lancers already fleeing. This unit of horse archers are now engaged in melee and losing to his armoured infantry. My Karsh aren't going to do anything. My lancers are losing, everything there's breaking. Yeah, I lost on that flank horrifically because I wasn't paying attention. Over here, my Karsh, oh, listen to that. My Karsh have just charged in because these spears weren't moving. They immediately routed, like, took loads of casualties. I just not listening to slow-mo.
The enemy is attacking our ally.
As you can see, I've taken loads of casualties, their formation wasn't disrupted at all, which is a bit annoying, and now... But they all rallied straight away, and now everything's going to charge. Over here, I'm playing very aggressively, as I always do. Warband is being a bit slower, he's being a bit more calculating. Get over, I've pushed my archers up, they're all in loose formation. Trying to get some extra additional fire support in on these spears. I've got my raft held back, I probably should have put them in first. Try and like soften up the centre of this flank, this wall. But oh well. My elephants I'm positioning ready. I'm gonna try and sneak them round here. I'm gonna think, in fact, if there's that one unit of besieges only, I can probably get them through them, break the formation, and then just try and get them round the flank. You'll see how all that works for me. But yep, over here I have now charged in, and I've begun my melee. Rocket to hook it, and I'm bringing all the Karsh back. Persian foot soldiers there that haven't engaged. That's intriguing. Yeah, and I'm moving up my Turco-Mongol footmen as well. And yeah, there's some archer fire coming down from these Pavis crossbows. They're going after mine.
Have found their courage. Back to the fight.
But yeah, over here, this flank has completely crumbled. My guys have been literally chased from the field. There's one unit of Mongol heavy lance there, but they're done. They're already done. Here we go. The rocket batteries are fired again. Let's get a nice slow-mo on this, since it's already in slow-mo. So I've got one unit of rockets, just actually at this point, yeah, they're all focused on this spear wall. Getting a nice hit there. Really hit him with the whistling, although it's also hurting the morale of my own guys. Yeah. And now we'll knock it up to normal.
The men are losing faith.
And here come the elephants. I'll keep this in normal speed. Brilliant charge on these Paviciers and absolutely destroying this unit. I mean, I need to be careful because they are spearmen, so we can take on these elephants. But he's immediately got these Pavis crossbows and these archers here ready to fire down. I'm pulling in more Paviciers and sergeants. Here's the crossbow volley. One-shotting pretty much the entire unit. That was terrifying. I just looked over and immediately just saw them all fall. I had no idea what was going on until I realised I was using Pavis crossbows aimed. But yeah, the entire unit's just been completely wiped out. But I've put this Pavis unit here on 44 units, so that is useful. But it was a very expensive, like, throwaway. Over here we've got some armoured infantry pulling right through. Ah, yes, my Let's see if I can have to knock it into slow-mo, getting some nice hits. Another useful thing of the rockets is they're pretty good at disrupting formations. As you can see, as they're hitting, they're knocking people down sideways. My entire line just routed though from that rocket volley, so that was more than slightly irritating. Fortunately, they're all really healthy, so like I could guarantee they were coming back. Now Warband has his artillery focusing on the enemy artillery, which is useful. Although he does need to be careful there, because with my men all clumped up here as well, friendly fire is a big possibility. Come on, naff. Stop being naff. So my naff just kind of stood there at the moment. Don't know what's going on with that. I think that was a point-blank catapult volley. See, all my guys have rallied and are instantly going back into the fray. I've even taken my general and I'm going to try and pull him into the fight. Ah, there we go. I think that was the Nafatoon throwing their pots there. Yep, their ammo's gone down a bit. Yep, there's some Naf coming out. Nice hit there, killing a few guys. I mean, they have got a bit of cover from these statues, which is a little bit irritating. Yeah, that's annoying. But they are getting hits, and they are causing some of these guys to waver and die, which is always useful. Now they are down to their last volley, I believe. Still throwing wildly into them. Over here I'm really trying to pummel in because, yep, my Naft have got rid of this unit of armoured spearmen and these sergeants. So I'm gonna try and push a lot of forces over here and just try and push down the right hand flank and then cave in on the left. As you can see over here, he's taken all his force that destroyed mine, and he's quickly trying to flank. I've taken my rocket crews, who've now used up all their ammo. I'm just going to use them to try and stall these cavalry. Just engage with melee. They're not going to win, I know that for a fact, but I'm just using them as a distraction to keep the cavalry away from my battle line here, and it's working. He's rushing everything to deal with these guys, which means they're not over here. I've got my archers firing. I'm gonna rotate them and try and fire on here as well, because while they're over here they're a nice target for archers. You can see my Naft are now out of ammo. It's trying to bring more units into the fight here. My cavalry, my general's guard are on about half strength now, which is not good to see, but I needed that extra damage that he could bring. Over here, warband is still being a bit slow in his movement, a lot less aggressive and a lot more calculating than me.
Our men flee the field of battle.
But he's got to fight this deadly combo here of halberds mixed with paviliers in a stationary testudo, which isn't a nasty combo because that stationary testudo will not break. It's so difficult to get kills against them with anything other than artillery, because even archers struggle because of their high block missile block chance, and those halberds can then come in from behind and get that and get the damage output and really rack up the kills. So just needs to use force of numbers really to try and break that. Over here, like I say, he's rushed a lot of stuff to try and deal with these artillery crews, and my archers, who I've taken out of loose formation because I wasn't, put them into a more tight formation now just in case they get charged. Yeah, as you can see here, like I say, I'm really trying to push in here. These noble swordsmen of Lithuania are trying to reinforce the defense there. Let's knock it up to a normal speed again. Now I'm taking my Naft and using them now that they've got no real value left. I'm going to use them to try and keep these guys back. Charging one unit of cav. I'm going to try and fire on them. Oh, he turned out to then stop the charge, and that was a glorious volley there, getting about 7 kills. Now it's 8 of them, the archers aren't going to stop firing. I've got one unit still aiming over this way to try and support Warband's fight on this front. He's charging his Karsh now, who's going in the direction. He's bringing his cavalry in against his archers though, but I've completely destroyed that unit of boyars, and these Naft are moving decisively, but they're doing their job now of just holding back this flanking force. My general is now on 18 out of 60, but as you can see, I have got a nice position here. Like, these swordsmen are wavering, they're starting to take casualties, and most of my Persian foot soldiers are quite healthy. Most of those that are still around.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
He's got a unit of mercenary Moldovan cavalry here on the flank now, so I do need to be careful there. But I've got these Persian foot soldiers trying to deal with it. I don't think my general's dead, but the unit is wavering. So I do need to be careful there. Yeah, the NAFTA are all dead now. My rocket crew are now retreating. I've got small Persian foot soldiers coming back from routing. I need to be careful, but yeah, I am slowly starting to see some victories on this, but I'm also seeing some losses as well. But then, glorious, Warband got his elephants through. I am so grateful for these elephants. I mean, they're taking some significant cavalry from these crossbowmen. They were deadly. But on the route, they completely destroyed the shield wall these armored spearmen are holding. And get a few kills on the route, which is always great to see. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of routes again. And I think my general might actually have died now, no, it didn't say. But I'm pulling, getting through now, and there we go. A big rout there of this, the Bohemian sergeants. Lithuania now taking casualties and starting to waver, but at the same time I'm losing a lot of men. Warband sending in some cash to support, and they like numbers advantage. More spare units from this hill here are now coming around on the flank. Let's knock it into slow-mo. See what's going on over here. Yeah, over here. He's just trying to push through here. And fortunately for Warband, these some guys pulled out ahead in front of the shield wall, like this PVCA station with Testudo and the halberdier. I think it was the halberdiers. Yeah. As a result, they've been kind of like captured out, and now they're routing. And here comes Warband's Naftoon. That is going to completely demolish that line, and that's going to ensure that he can get through there. Now go on to play. Follow here. From that one volley, they're all now wavering. And suddenly, the fight's not going in their favour. I mean, two Warband's units still wavering. Warband's isn't after ready to fire again. Let's keep watching here. Going to cinematic. And here they come.
Enemy units have been rallied.
Great hit, completely destroying the formation. Why is the camera going like that?
They're not done yet.
Creating burning everywhere, and that actually caused a rout on pretty much the entire force there. Yep, chain rout. Now I can just ignore the BCAs that are still there and try and get through, and as you can see he's now pulling all his infantry that are over on that flank. Over here he's had his Naftoon here, and they've basically helped pull through against his besieges. He's just sending his Karsh ahead of a Turco-Mongol footman to take soak up formation. Bohemia sending its macemen. Over here, the battle line has kind of like shifted up weirdly, but oh well. Now Warband is sending some support here, which is much appreciated. And finally, I have this Lithuanian spear wall broken. It's pretty much all beaten now. My Turco-Mongol footmen are putting in the work. Yep, that's some cav going. These guys are all routing, these are wavering. So these two units don't really have long left, with everything preparing to just engulf them. Yep, my archers are starting to run very low on ammo, so I have turned fire at will off. I want them to save what they've got now.
Their general is dead! A lethal blow!
Yep. Warband actually, I think he had his artillery aiming at, yeah, Yeah, he had one of his catapults aimed at the Bohemian king. Sorry, the Lithuanian Grand Duke. Bohemian king
The
is
men have thrown down their
well
weapons
away
and are
somewhere in
fleeing.
safety, I think. Yeah, so the Grand Duke of Lithuania is dead. That was brilliant because that's going to finish off the morale of this line here. As you can see, my forces are now piling in once again. Over here, some guys that routed went over here, and then are just fighting off with Bohemian knights and wasting some of the shots with Lithuanian archers, so that's good. Two units of Turk-Mongol footmen and 1 unit of Persian foot soldiers, so you know the Turk-Mongol footmen are quite valuable. But both units are, like, well, all of those units are pretty depleted anyway, so I don't care about them too much. Great minds think alike. I decided it's probably about time I capture this watchtower. Warband was also on it, I noticed, so I figured I'll let his guys handle it. I'll send my footmen in. And finally we are completely through this first layer of defence. Over here, Warband's now pulling his entire army out, who's engaged with another halberd line that's backed by Maceman. And he's got this massive, his entire horde now just running down. They're going to get in and take out these halberdiers. Over here, we just completely shattered this line. Warband's going to immediately charge with besieges. We've basically switched styles now, so I'm going to be a bit more cautious. I want to try and get my guys to rest up since most of them have been fighting for an extended period of time. See, there's very tired, exhausted. What are they shooting? Yeah, I've now got my archers also shooting in over here. Where's they're meant to be. Yeah. Now I've sent a unit of spearmen to get in behind just to help out Warband's forces here. Kill off his halberds, they're done. Yeah, so Warband is immediately rushing straight into this Harry's shield wall. Steel thing, I'm just gonna call it a shield wall. All these Lithuanian archers and crossbowmen, have these crossbowmen, and I'll set up for a final stand here. Oh yeah, over here there was a random like decent thing, and it somehow the game was carried on fine, but what happened was it spawned in a barricade, which was really weird. The Bohemians are going to see this and move in their Pappy's crossbows. You can see, like I say, I'm being more methodical at this point instead of aggressive. I'm forming up, ready to charge. My archers are firing in first, using up the remnants of their ammo. My guys are just resting up a bit, so that they're no longer exhausted. They're just getting ready to charge. Warband has already charged. I decided, screw it, I'm going in. So I've sent in my spearmen, my Persian foot soldiers. They're going to charge this line as well now. The hope was really that Warband would be able to easily deal with these halberds and then get in here. Of course, the spawning of this barricade make that a bit awkward. But then, you know, I'm just thinking all we need to do is keep these engaged, and then Warband's army will be able to flank around from behind. That's what I was thinking. Probably should have communicated better with Warband there. But, I mean, it played out. Over here, I've still got the fight with these Bohemian knights. I'm not paying any attention to it whatsoever.
Our men are breaking off.
These guys, the Turk-Mongol footmen routed. I then saw this. Saw our men run from the enemy. One of these guys charge, that immediately caused those to rout. So then I pull these guys away and then they rally. But, oh well.
The men are losing hope.
And then they immediately routed. Right. Over here, my spears just aren't doing the job. What is Turk-Mongol footmen? I should be able to hold for the time being. I'm gonna put more force into the fray just to make sure that they hold. Especially since over here, you know, hasn't quite dealt with his halberds, only just fallen. I mean, you've got plenty of units in reserve, and if you're looking at the balance of power, it's very much in our favour now. But don't deny, like, don't underestimate the strength of this combo in a choke point like this. That will hold, and it will hold quite well. So over here, that random unit of Carver now going to charge. Warband used a spare unit of footmen to try and, like, capture them. Some of the knights did get through to my archers. My archers should be able to deal with that. And they're expendable now because they're out of ammo. I mean, I think they are pretty decent combatants. Look at their stats. Decent missile damage. Melee attack 25. I mean, it's alright. Compared to the Turkmen footmen, however. Melee attack 24 actually, so yeah, they are pretty decent. I mean, they're medium, not. Oh, no, wait, they are actually heavy. I thought they're medium. I'll get it back now. You can see here, like I say, this is more a case of just holding these as opposed to killing them. Warband has now broken down the barricade and pushed in here. Bohemia has sent a unit of Macemen to try and hold them back.
Our men are rallying. They're not done
They
yet.
shouldn't be able to hold it too long, especially with the archer support there. So I'm sending one unit of archers just to try and get in on the side. So notice a weak point here. I figured if I could get my archers in on this side, then I might be able to get in a little bit on the side. So I know they are decent melee fighters. And, I mean, these units are slowly starting to crumble now. I mean, they classed as losing decisively. I don't know how to take it that well. Pelusier are still holding, but they're taking casualties. My men are really suffering losses now. Lithuania really needs to be careful with those archers, because they're actually getting some friendly fire. These Macemen are holding exceptionally well. If I just knock this into slow-mo and zoom in. So yeah, as you can see, they are doing quite well for themselves.
Our men are wavering.
No idea what that did. Oh, it dropped the map. I can't remember how to, like, manually alter this. See what happens to this guy. Ah, he died. What about this guy? Collected, and go for a prod. Saved by the archers. Okay, I'm bored now. And over here, even without the flanking support, we managed to eventually break down this line. Warband sent in some extra units, he sent in his archers, my archers are also engaged. They are good melee fighters, they're able to break through. And now it's just a case of running down the rest. But the Bohemian King, late period, is now going to try and charge an alliance. This is pretty much just last ditch effort. Over here, Warband's got his guards in Khan. He's going to try and, like, get in over here. Although I don't think we had vision on these halberds. We might have. I don't think we did have vision on them. Well, I did see them, and I basically tried to say, don't do it, there's halberds there. Yeah, no, we didn't have vision to see the order to a movement behind. I think this is when I saw the halberds and I quickly said, stop you, Jen. And he was like, oh. But yeah, he stopped him just in time, but then ordered a dismount, and then decided to actually charge them, which didn't go well. His general died. Over here, just the great blue tide of Warband's forces. I'm just piling in on these archers and crossbows now. Over here, the Bohemian King is actually putting a hell of a fight, considering it was a it's a 38-man unit up against just this horde. I'm not going to calculate the numbers.
General is dead.
Yeah, like I say. I didn't get a single kill. Okay, there's 4 casualties there. I don't know if any of them are a result of
Our men are breaking off.
maybe, oh no, that was guy. I imagine those 4 kills are probably friendly fire or from the archers or the arrow tower, not actually guards in the can, but alright. Got the Bohemian King completely surrounded, but he's putting up, I'd say he's putting up a hell of a fight. Actually caused like 3 of my units just to straight up rout. And they're not shattered, so they could come back, but it's just the fact that, you know, despite the massive numbers advantage, he was able to do that. And, you know, I've got 1 unit Turk Mongol fucking Waver in here. So I just saw this and I was like, what? How even? I couldn't comprehend it. Yeah, over here, warband's forces that aren't engaged here, the Bohemian King, like I say, are just sweeping up here. He has actually been able to capture the centre capture point for that final bit of morale, so we control pretty much the entire map now for a capture point, so the morale is crap. Yep, like I said, so these guys are going to rally. Yep, they've all rallied now, but they're still wavering. I'm going to try and pull them back into the fray. Bohemian King now down to 20, but like I say, they're doing exceptionally well. Let's see if we can't find the king. I think the king is still alive at this point. Can't have a notification saying the king is dead. Long live the king. Except not one of the kings, it's the king of my enemy. I think that might be him. Okay then, right. So, right at the end of that recording, the game crashed. So, I've just cut in here from pretty much where it left off. The Bohemian King and his bodyguard fighting for their life. So we're going to take the opportunity to find the Bohemian King and put the camera to him. Also, while I'm at this point, I might as well mention now, since this is pretty much the end of the battle anyway, that I will now be reserving all my Total War uploads for Wednesdays. Total War Wednesdays. And I've got 2 other new series currently in the works that I'm going to be planning on bringing you. But yeah, enough of that. Let's watch in cinematic mode the fall of the Bohemian King. Those archers break. No, they went for someone else. Everyone just running wild at the moment. And it looks like everyone's now ignoring the king, so that wasn't quite the epic last stand I was hoping for, but... Oh, yeah. He didn't die. He just... surrendered, I imagine. We'll call it that he just threw down his weapons and shouted, "I yield." Let's have a look at the battle stats. So obviously we'll start with me. So my general, although he died, actually I think the general himself may have survived and got out of there, I don't know. But because I put him into the fray pretty early, he was able to rack up a good number of kills. A couple of my Persian foot soldiers doing quite well, especially considering what they're up against, like that unit there. The rest, you know, average, kind of like pretty low kill counts. But they were up against a pretty solid shield wall that they had to win by breaking rather than actually killing. So take that as you will. Turco-Mongol infantry, or footmen even, again, a couple units doing really quite well for themselves. The rest just kind of failed to get through the shield wall, where they were never going to get any major kill counts. Archers though, these 3 units Persian heavy archers, really putting in some work though. 112 and 174, so almost 300 between 2 units and 2 of 112, so almost 400. In fact, yeah, just on, I believe that is 398. Yeah, between the 3 of them, so that's quite impressive. Then the Naft throwers also racking up plenty of kills, as you'd expect, since they throw Naft, which are bombs. Cavalry mismanaged horribly, so yeah, not surprised that they didn't do too well. All things considered, that unit actually did pretty well for itself, and the heavy horse archers just not being able to fire, getting caught out immediately, yeah. War elephants, 64 kills, all on 1 unit of besieges before getting one shot by a unit of Pavis crossbows. All things considered, I'd say that's impressive, since they were fighting for about 10 seconds. Chinese rockets, their aim is more to kill morale rather than to kill people, so take that as you will. They're probably not that great, in all honesty. You're probably better off with a catapult, it's cheaper and better, but I wanted to bring rockets because they look good. And of course, exactly what you'd expect, the Karsh and Tazik levy not getting a single kill between the 10 units that are there, because they suck. But they pretty much all died, which means they did their job. They got themselves killed, which meant that when they were getting killed, other people weren't getting killed. As for warband, let's look over him. Ghazan Khan really not getting into the fight anywhere near as much as my general. He only had 4 units of foot soldiers. They did much better than mine overall, I'd probably say, but they were probably used a bit better than mine. Mine just got stuck in with that shield wall, and that was pretty much it. Again, the Karsh not getting any kills, not surprisingly. The Tabgur, he's doing really well. In fact, I don't think I had any Tabgur, did I? No, I think the Tabgur are another. I think they may have been another spear unit. I don't even know at this point. I didn't even realise they're a different unit, but yeah, they did pretty well for themselves. The Turco-Mongol footmen also doing exceptionally well for the most part. You can see who really got the most kills here between the 2 of us, but oh well. And his archers also doing really well, 4 units, getting just over, well, a little bit over 400 kills. Persian cavalry not really doing too well either. His war elephants much better than mine, but were used much better than mine. And Naft throwers, just massive kill counts, and of course his catapults, massive kill counts. Let's go to Lithuania, and the first thing we have to bear in mind with these kill counts is that most of them got about between 20 and 40 kills just of Karsh. So with that in mind, they probably didn't get too many kills on other things. Oh, those Karsh really did distort the kill count a little bit. I don't know about what warband's Karsh went into though, so I won't be able to say on that. So I'll just assume everything else was non-Karsh units. Its noble swordsman not really doing too well. Armoured infantry though, really racking up some kills apart from that unit. Rip. Ducal axemen, 1 unit about average, 1 above average. I mean, their only real use is as a shock infantry just charging. Not really great use of his archers there, the Ruthenian archers, and really not getting any kills. I think for the most part they were just obstructed by friendly infantry or something. Noble cavalry though, doing pretty well for itself. The mercenary Mazovians, 2 units exceptionally well, 2 units did trash. Over here, armoured cavalry doing pretty well for themselves. The boyards, one unit doing amazing, 364 kills. Bloody hell! I wonder if they actually may have been against some of these kills. May have been against Karsh actually, because there were Karsh in the cavalry fight. I think these were in that. The defensive catapult not doing particularly well. Over here, the Bohemian King, really getting stuck in, getting good 120 kills. That's impressive. The besieges, only one unit really doing well for itself in terms of kills, but their main job is to hold rather than kill. There are the kill counts over halberds of the high period and the late period. I didn't realise there were two different periods to halberdiers in here. Getting exceptionally high kill counts, except for that one unit. But yeah, that's exactly what you'd expect of halberd units in 1212, to be fair. The sergeants, not really doing much except for that one unit, which did really well for itself. Macemen, really not putting out their worth, honestly. They should be getting like at least 50 to 60 kills in a fight, especially with large armies. So that's interesting to see, because they are supposed to be very good infantry, I believe anyway. Archer sergeants of the late period, they were used much better than Lithuanians, no offence to Jacob Campbell 8. But yeah, his archers just didn't get the kills. Like I say, they were probably obstructed for the most part. The crossbows also really getting some nice kills. Other than that unit, which was a bit average, but oh well. Bohemian Knights really doing relatively well, I suppose, and the catapult doing a bit crap. Anyway, that has been the Mongol siege of the town. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Join my Discord server, link to which is in the description. Also link to Warband's channel in the description. Yeah, I think that's it. This is the Red Celt. I'm gonna sign off.